This Knife Thoughts video is going to be on this knife. As always, don't forget to check out my website where I post my articles at knifethoughts.com and my social media, Facebook, Instagram, pretty much everywhere at Knife Thoughts. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell for notifications. But this is the Boker Plus Brad Zinker designed Urban Trapper Grand. So it's a titanium flipper, as you can see, but it's designed by Brad Zinker to be reminiscent of the classic trapper pattern, and I think he does a really good job with that. The handle is similar shaped to a trapper. I have a case trapper right here, and you can see that there's definitely an influence from the traditional trapper to this urban trapper. There's 3 different sizes, and this is actually my brother's knife, so thanks to him for loaning this to me to do this video. He had previously had the normal, the original size, which is a little bit smaller than this. Then they do also have an even smaller, which I think they call the petite. And he actually got that one and thought it was too small. Ever since this version, the grand version or the large version came out, I thought that this was probably the one that I would like. And between his normal sized one that I had seen and this one, I didn't get a chance to check out the small size, but I definitely prefer this one over the normal sized one. It gives you a really solid amount of grip. You can see that my hands, which are relatively wide, fit easily with some leftover there. So you can get a good grip on it. And it has pretty solid blade length. I'll compare it here to a Spyderco Endura and Benchmade Griptilian, both the the Endura and then the full-size Griptilian. So it actually has about the same blade length, maybe slightly more than the Endura, and a good bit more than the Griptilian. So it offers a pretty solid blade length. You do a lot of cutting with it, but it's a small package for the blade length when closed. So you can see that it's a pretty slim handle. It's not too wide, and kind of one of Brad Zinker's trademarks is that he really puts a lot of holes in the handles. So you can see it has these larger holes with the smaller holes on the sides, and it even has it on the frame lock side. So that takes some of the weight away, as well as it being a titanium knife rather than a stainless steel knife. So it's pretty low profile in the pocket. You can put it in your pocket and not really even notice that it's there too much, especially because it has this deep carry pocket clip. So really none of the knife other than the clip will show when it's in the pocket. So I think that the larger version, because you do get a lot more blade, but it's still easy to carry, is the one that I would go with. It also seems to be easier to flip to me than the normal size version was, and I think that it has the same kind of flipper where you can see it's really a light switch flipper for me, but I think that it's easier to flip because it does have more weight in the blade from being a longer blade. So I like that. It doesn't have any blade play, it's centered really well, and then another thing is the tip seems to sit a little bit deeper in this larger model than in the normal size model, which I like also. And it is a frame lock. You can see that the cutout is on the inside there, so it doesn't bother the grip or anything. Has a nice detent. It is not I don't think that it's carburized or carbidized at the frame lock, and it doesn't have a steel insert. So it does seem to, every now and then, you could probably hear it there, have just a tiny little bit of lock stick, but it hasn't had too much to where it became a problem for me unlocking the blade. Really nowhere near that. And you can see that the action is really smooth. I do believe that it's on ball bearings, ceramic ball bearings, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And the steel is VG10. So I really like VG10. Some people, don't like it as much anymore because there are, higher end or more popular super steels. It's more of a mid-range steel at this point, but I think it's a steel that's really easy to sharpen, doesn't, rust, and holds an edge reasonably well. So overall, I really like this knife. I think that it would be a good option if you want a knife with a relatively long blade that's really low profile in the pocket. And especially if you like the lines, the aesthetic of the traditional trapper, but you want to have more of those modern materials and features like, the titanium, the pocket clip, the frame lock, and the really nice flipping action. So again, thanks to my brother for loaning this knife for me to do this video. I think this is a really nice knife, and there's 3 different sizes, like I said, so if you're not into the larger knives, those are other options. But like I said, don't forget to check out my website at knifethoughts.com and my social media also at knifethoughts, and subscribe to my channel here. And as always, don't forget to go out and do good.